I used to do Duolingo, and then I stopped for a while in my depression era. And then now that I'm out, I'm like, ooh, gotta start learning again.
But then you were like, I also want to learn what they're saying in this song. I was like, not you becoming a Bad Bunny fan.
Yeah, because I like it. What's the one I like? The na 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 Nosotros.
Spanish words, Spanish words.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Okay. There we got that on the pod.
Oh.
Perfect.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 67. Got Tatiana, got AJ, the light-skinned duo in the building. I love it. Tatiana's feet hanging and dangling off the couch, not reaching the floor. And she got her wedgies, so we all good to go. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how y'all feeling?
Good.
It's been a while since...
I was gonna say the same thing. It's been a while since we had
Top
song.
Good. You know, just working and playing. Working and playing. Like a child.
I thought you were gonna say planning, but
oh no, playing.
All the planning's done.
Been playing. I don't even know what you playing.
Life.
Nothing.
This game called Life.
Life.
Anyways, AJ, how you been this past week?
Everything's been good. Yeah, not too much. Still trying to close on the house.
I hear you,
It's
bro.
been a mission.
We have riveting lives.
Yeah, I mean, a lot has been going on, but it's just like a lot of waiting.
Got you. This past week, I had a little bit of a COVID scare. My boss, he got it, and everybody in the office thought they got it, but I tested negative. But I was sick for like 2 days. It was so weird and random. Like, usually when I get sick, I'll have that sick feeling and know that it's coming. Like, this shit came out of nowhere. Like, I swear it was allergies at first, and the next day I, like, legit felt sick. And then all of a sudden it just went away. But I got a nice little 2 days off of work. I mean, I was kind of working from home.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put in time off. Yeah, because they still had me working. But I was also kind of bullshitting, but whatever.
And it's work's fault anyway that you got it.
Facts. But first thing we had was shouting out Pao, Deli's girl. So why we shouting out?
Oh yeah,
out,
she hit me up. She said she's definitely in the top fan conversation, which I would agree based on what we've talked about. But she just said that which I also have noticed, she's just not that lit or that active on social in general.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So she don't really comment, review, or whatever too much. But she says she listens. She's right here. I'm really bad at reviewing and commenting, but I guarantee I'm the biggest fan. LOL. Sit there and listen to it all. Even sports actually ruins my mood if you guys skip a week without telling us.
Okay.
And when I talked to her in person, she was bringing up pod references. I was like, yo, no one really know this. But so yeah, definitely shout out to her because I know she's listening. But yeah,
she's probably just waiting, sitting there refreshing.
Yeah. Well, we brought up the Discord several times. I know you keep pushing me to do it.
She responded to this at what time do you usually post a pod?
It's 6 a.m. every Tuesday.
She responded to me at 10 when I reposted it after you made the post, and she was like, "Oh, I laughed so much." I was like, how have you already got through this one?
Yo, so 6 a.m.
I think she's definitely up there too. Probably on her way to work or when she was beginning her day type thing. For sure.
Either getting to work or on her way to work.
Yeah.
But I know the Discord, you've been pushing me to get going. I've just been so busy. Like, once this wedding, I keep saying once this happens, once that happens, once this happens, then I'll be good. But I promise once the wedding is done, also kids camp will be in motion at that time, pretty much. So work will kind of calm down. So once I think the wedding's done, I'll definitely have the Discord posted. But we need to figure out a way of how to get our quote unquote top listeners to kind of compete in some kind of trivia thing that we
got to make a quiz or questions.
We need to have them like call in or something, like all of them at the same time. So Matt, Michelle, Lindsay, and now Pao, all of them competing to see who's the number one listener and fan.
One spot.
Because I think we all have our opinions. They all have their opinions, but I am interested to know who is number one.
If she listens through sports, that's kind of.
Yeah, that's dedication. Yeah. I mean, I listen through sports too, but I definitely zone out. Yeah. Like that's when I'm like not listening as much because I don't know these people you guys are talking about.
Yeah, so. But you've also admitted.
Oh yeah, I don't like listening, but I'm like this with every podcast. I don't like podcasts with guests. That's why I've never listened to Joe Rogan unless like Crystal is on it. But if someone brings in a bunch of guests, I won't listen because that's not the vibe I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. And sometimes like if there's like a special guest like May or like Alexa or something, I'm like, obviously I'm gonna listen, but like I like it. I like the vibe of just like you guys because that's what I'm here for. Yeah. But I get that other people do like guests. It's just not my jam, so I just skip that week. Mm-hmm. And I can because like I know you guys. Like I still get.
You're not gonna miss out on.
Yeah, I see your date. I get the daily dose of you guys anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. The first thing we have on the sheet is pre-wedding. Obviously, our wedding is coming up.
I still haven't had my bachelorette party yet either.
No, you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, while we're on it, what was your thoughts of our bachelor party?
I thought it was weak. I was like, "Ooh, you guys do not know how to party." Like,
you partied too hard. That was
no,
the issue.
but like. You partied so hard you didn't party. Yes. Like that's
that was crazy. The issue.
Yeah, that's I
was like, yo.
Crazy. Yeah. Like but mine, for those who don't know, clearly AJ doesn't know because he was like, really? My bachelorette party is gonna be the week of the wedding, which is very risky. But it's just
why is it risky?
Because something I didn't even think of. One of my coworkers was like, because he was like super into working out and stuff. He was just like, "Oh, you're gonna do that right before the wedding? Like, you sure your body's gonna be able to handle it?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna be bloated." But I plan on my drink of choice so like lately has been vodka waters, so very low in calories and keeps you hydrated. And obviously, I'm flushing everything out at the same time, so hopefully. That's fine because my dress fits like a glove and there's no room for like.
I can cut this if you want me to, but you did say the house you're staying in for the bachelorette party is close to us, right?
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to, like if that was really a concern, you could still go to the gym. Like it's not like you're in a whole nother state and you need to find.
Yeah, that's true too. But I know I'm not going to want like. I'm not gonna wake up. I'm not that motivated. Like, I'm just not. Like, it maybe if I was a different person with a different brain, maybe.
Yeah.
But then also, it's just risky because, like, I'm going to be partying. Like, what if I'm, like, too, like, partied out for, like, the wedding night? Like, I'm scared.
Got you.
That's going to happen, too, because I'm...
Yeah, you definitely got to get your rest before the wedding because it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, definitely. But, like, yeah, that's when my bachelorette party is. Yeah. And it's here in Miami.
And that's when you guys are talking about in our wedding chat or wedding party chat, the Airbnb, that's where you guys are staying or whatever.
Not at the Key West one. Not that.
Oh, you guys have a Key West?
No. That's.
I don't know. You're just.
No, we're being like in the group chat that we had like we were talking about like doing
the real world challenge.
Thing. It's not that.
It's not that.
No.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. You're being vague. So I'm just gonna stop asking questions.
Y'all both just confusing each other because AJ was just jokingly sent. So for the listeners that are completely lost, we have a wedding party chat between the bridesmaids and groomsmen, and Tatiana and Desmond and Enrico are huge Real World versus Road Rules fans, and AJ are the challenge. And Bianca. And I don't know if AJ just said this because he knew this or AJ just brought it up, but AJ said we should have a challenge, like the MTV challenge type event between the groomsmen and bridesmaids.
I was
and AJ, you said that like you already had that in mind, you and Bianca, of renting out a Key West house.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying. I don't think AJ was.
Oh yeah,
saying that.
Yeah. We were both. You guys mentioned Airbnb in that chat, and I was like, oh, is that where you're staying for your bachelorette party type thing?
Yes, it's an Airbnb in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah. But are your bachelorette party is actually going to be longer than what my bachelor party was?
Well, technically, because
it's from what, Monday to Thursday or something like that?
Yeah, well, I guess Monday to Wednesday, because Thursday night, like,
Gotcha.
we're obviously not gonna be doing anything. So yeah, it's Monday to Wednesday, and like, so different people are flying in, because obviously we have to take into other people's PTO and flights and financial situation.
Yeah.
So like, some people are arriving like Monday, some people are arriving Tuesday, so it's like people are staggering in, and so we're just, whoever's there, we're just partying and
Got you.
inviting whoever wants to be there.
Got you.
That's kind of lit.
Back to the planning. So AJ, obviously Jules, your brother, he was married, and you've been a part of a bunch of different weddings. But as far as like planning with Julian's or anybody else's wedding, have you been a part of like the planning process to see how stressful that is?
No, I haven't. I haven't really been part. Like, I wasn't part of Julian's planning process really. But I mean, Maria took care of a lot of that because she's really into that. But not really in that planning process. Most of it I've just seen like the daytime stuff, or like the day of stuff, and how it all goes down, but not really, I guess, the pre-planning stuff.
Got you. So there was a point in time where Tatiana and I thought that maybe we didn't need a wedding planner. And
I never thought that.
Okay. There was a point in time where it was like, could we do this with?
Yeah, but I was thinking that just because I was like, if we can't afford this, like, can we do this?
Yeah.
Like, it was more of like, I don't think so. Like, it was a very, sorry, AJ.
No.
It was a very like hard. I couldn't wrap my mind around it, and I was gonna like have my cousin like be my wedding planner, because she's like super into Tiana.
Oh, okay.
Because she planned her whole wedding.
Got you. But there's no way she would have been able to do that from Michigan.
We wouldn't have had a wedding.
Yeah. So even with a wedding planner, this shit is extremely stressful.
Yeah.
So up until this point, it hasn't been like too bad. Like, yeah, it's been annoying with like constant conversations, constant messages, going out of the way to meet different vendors and hotels and all that stuff. But for me, I don't know about for you, Tatiana, and I also have taken on a lot of the burden, because Tatiana's been stressed the hell out, and we'll get to the whole mental health stuff. But I've taken on a lot of the burden as far as communication goes. For me, it wasn't really stressful until seating arrangements. Like, that part.
See, and that part didn't bother me.
That part was so damn hard, the seating arrangements.
But it didn't stress me. It was just like a puzzle.
Yeah.
But like I would do the seating arrangements over and over again, over like how you said you took over conversation, like talking to people. I would take that over replying to a wedding email any day. Yeah. I cannot stand it.
But the initial seating, that was, it was annoying, but it wasn't too bad. It was once because we had 70 people exactly, 7 tables of 10. And so it worked out perfectly. But then the following day, I had a cousin that my dad was like, we have to invite her. So that was 71. So now
that's your family stressing you out.
But then we had Julian and Maria, who Julian initially wasn't going to be able to go, and then he was. So then we had 73. So it's like, damn, do I seat 3 people by themselves, or do I kind of think and trying to like figure out, all right, if we add an extra table.
Side note, we also can't just plan this on a whim. Like, we have to tell the wedding planner, who then has to tell the hotel, like, if they have even the table available. So it's not only like we have to tell 2 other people what we have in mind, and they can either veto that idea or not, because like they don't have the funds or not funds, means for it. But anyways.
Yeah, but so the seating was annoying, and now like that we're in crunch time, because I think you and I both thought like, all right, we've done a good job planning the payments, everything's pretty much situated, and there were like 3 payments that the wedding planner told us we had left. 1 for the photographer, one for the officiant, and then one more she was like, I need to reach out to the hotel and this will be to be determined. And so I'm like, all right, we got this.
Yeah,
and then I even told you, like, you know what's nice, we're broke right now, but we're not gonna be in debt once this wedding comes.
And then I was like, ooh, like I'm getting another bonus from my job, like that should help cover it. Like, and I was thinking about like when we're getting paid, I was like, this smooth sailing for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Then
She reached out to the hotel, and the hotel was like, oh yeah, you still owe like another $6,000 for that,
but by next week.
Yeah. So all three of these payments all like kind of due on the 9th, pretty much like almost like $10,000. So trying to figure out like bank loans, taking out some loans from my 401k just to make sure that we're not broke, along with taking out all this money.
The thing is, like anyone, obviously our listeners are really nice, but say we get one like, should have managed your money better, should have budgeted, like this was a to be determined payment. Like we didn't know it was gonna, and then like a lot of our payments, like everyone's been like so kind, and like we're like, oh, can we break this up into separate, like we got it, we just gotta break it up, and like they'll let us, and that's fine. But like the fact that they're like, we want $6,000 by next week, we're like, oh
yeah.
This is scary.
So trying to just figure out payments, that's also been pretty stressful.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, as long as the bank lets me get my money on Monday, we're Gucci.
Yeah. We have everything figured out. It was a little stressful there for a few days, but
but we're in the final stretch. We're like third and goal from the 9-yard line. We're almost there. And then everyone says all this stress will be worth it. They better be right.
Right. It better be worth it, bitch, because ooh.
You're going to have all your people down here too, though.
Yeah,
like week
facts.
before too. So you'll have some time to decompress before and then just enjoy.
Facts.
No one. Oh, and then the stupid hotels.
Oh, yeah. Trying to get the blocks for the hotels, because we got blocks for our wedding is in a hotel, but we got blocks for people to stay in
A more budget friendly.
Yeah, in a different hotel that would be a little more cost effective for our guests. So trying to get that figured out was kind of a headache, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But since we talked about stress of the wedding, this is actually Mental Health Awareness Month, and Tatiana, which is our mental health correspondent.
I don't know how this happened.
We might as well do a check-in with everybody. We'll save you for last because I already kind of know. But AJ, mentally, how are you doing? Scale 1 to 10, how is everything?
I don't know, I'm always good. Everything's good, but just have to think about a lot recently.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
But I'm good. I'm chilling.
I hear
Awesome.
you. I hear you. I'll say I've just been a little more stressed than usual, not anxious, depressed, or anything like that. So mentally, I'll say 7, when I'm usually like 8 through 10. But right now, I guess I'll say 7.
Well, that's understandable because wedding planning and stuff.
Yeah. So once this is over, I think I'll be in a better headspace and no longer ever have to think about a wedding again.
Right. Oof.
But Tatiana.
Whoa, government name, bleep that. Bleep that.
How are you doing?
Yesterday I was a 5 out of 10. So let's get comfy. Let's sit in for this ride. So I started birth control again. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, tell them why you started birth control.
Because
again.
I track my period on an app tracker. Because I obviously I haven't been taking birth control for 2 years now. And so I track my period just so it's not a surprise. Like I'd like to know when I'm going to start my period.
Makes sense.
And so especially for the wedding, I've been tracking to see if I'm going to be on my period for the wedding. And for the past 6 months, I've been good. But I don't know what happened last month because what was last month? April?
You had too many chicken nuggets, probably.
Maybe. I haven't eaten more chicken nuggets.
It's all the steroids in the chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And the hormones.
Yeah. And so it was like something happened last month to where all of a sudden my period jumped a week, and I was like, no. And I was gonna my last day of my period was supposed to be the day of the wedding.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, got to figure this out. So I got on birth control to skip my period.
Yeah.
And it's obviously not good for you. And no, I'm not a doctor. I don't recommend anyone doing this, but it is nice to do for special occasions. Like I only get one wedding. Yeah. And if I were to be on my period for the honeymoon, I would also do it for my honeymoon. Yeah. It's for like once in a blue moon thing.
Yeah.
Or your bachelorette party. No, kidding.
Or what?
Your bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah, of course. That too.
Relax.
But no, I don't want to be on my period for my bachelorette party.
Why not?
Because I want to be, people are going to be taking care of me. I don't want to worry. Ooh, I'm about to get graphic. So never mind.
What do you mean people are going to be taking care of you? Take care of yourself any other time you have your period.
No. I'm thinking of something completely different.
Oh, no, now you need to explain.
Because when I'm super drunk, like I plan on being blitzed. Yeah. So like people say like someone's taking care of me like to go to bed, then I'm going to be drunk out of my mind being like, let me change my tampon. Like I don't want to think about that.
Got you.
But anyways, so I don't know how we got on this, but I got on.
I also wasn't implying anything. I was just like, if you're gonna be out trying to have fun, it's not something you want to worry about.
Exactly. And so I started birth control, and it's actually low hormone birth control, so it shouldn't be affecting me, but it is.
It's kicking your ass.
Yeah.
From an outsider point of view.
It is. It's kicking my ass. Well, I also had to double up the first 2 days because as soon as I got it, obviously wasn't like planned months ahead. So as soon as I got it, I called my mom like, when should I start my period? And she was like, when should I start the pill? She was like, you should have started it 2 days ago. So I was like, let's double up.
Oh, geez.
Okay. So I like randomly cried when I got home from work. Because one, I've been extremely nauseous. I've been getting a lot of headaches. And I've just been not feeling myself, like just more down. And so yesterday, wasn't really feeling good, left work early. I could do it because I was already at my hours. But as I was like pulling into, like I was fine. I posted like a cute little like selfie like on my Instagram story because I thought my bun looked cute. And then like legit 3 minutes after that, I got home and I started crying.
But I also told you, let it out.
Because he was like, "What?" He was like, "What's
nice.
wrong?" And I was just like, "I just don't feel good. I just feel like crying and like nothing." Like he was like, "Are you sure? Are you good? Like, did anything happen at work?" I was like, "No, nothing happened. Everything at work was perfectly normal. Like I was fine. I just started crying."
Yeah.
So
sometimes you gotta let it out.
I guess so.
Facts. But outside of the birth control and obviously this having an effect on your hormones and emotions and all that stuff, how would you say that you've been doing mentally? Of course, we've had in past podcasts, we had conversations of how you and I were going to therapy. We haven't been in a while. I feel like you and I have been better. The stress of the wedding calmed down a little bit. We've been in a better place, but how would you say that you have been?
I would say because like I can't separate, if I wasn't on birth control, I would be this mentally. Because I don't know.
I'm saying how were you prior, like before
prior?
This week started?
Oh, I was fine. Yeah, I was good.
No, yeah, you posted a few times about being happy and I guess this is happy, no?
Yeah, I feel like my social media is a direct correlation to my mental health. Like you can tell I'm in a good place if I'm like, oh my God, look at everything. The world is so pretty. But I post for myself. Like no one watches my stories more than I do. Because if I post a story, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. And I'm watching it all day. I'm like, I post my stories because I find so much joy out of it. Like I love doing it. And so when I'm posting a lot, it's because I'm in a good headspace. Like if I'm not posting, it's usually because something's going on up there. I don't know what it is, but something.
Yeah. And so you did say once the wedding's done and money's back to normal, you would try to go back to therapy. Like individual.
It's a must.
Yeah, individual therapy.
It's not even like a will I won't I. Like I'm going back to therapy. Your girl has issues.
And I don't think we've discussed this on the podcast, but I know me and my friend Kendra, we had a conversation about this. And I do think it is important to have a therapist that is someone that you could relate to, because you couldn't really connect with your therapist. One, the language barrier. Two, you felt like you were being lectured.
Yeah. Well, I felt like I was being lectured, not as in like she was talking down on me or anything. It was just like, since I feel like we just both couldn't relate to each other. So she was trying to make up for it by like talking more. And then I'm not, especially when I was seeing her, like I was not in a good place at all. And so like I wasn't going to be like
as receptive.
No, not as receptive. Just like I wasn't going to be the one to be like, okay, like this is what I need, like verbalize what I need. Like, cause I was just so like, like I didn't even want to be there. Like I knew I needed to be there, but like going to therapy was a chore for me. And even though like I know I needed it. So it's like, I don't even want to be here. And then like, she's just talking to me. Like I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say right
So with therapy, do you feel for you specifically that you wanted to be heard, or do you feel like you needed advice?
What I want out of therapy is just
stop putting your shoes on people's couch.
I know. I want to put my foot up so bad. What I want out of therapy is just like kind of like a friend. Like I want to talk about like what's happening and them give me good life-changing advice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to be like, girl, like my mom is being so annoying. And then she'd be like, well, why do you think that's annoying to you? Like, let's unpack that. And then I'd be like, okay, like this is why I feel that way. Like this is like my mom's not doing anything annoying. It's my inner demons. And then she helps me unpack that, and then maybe I can be more receptive to my mom being annoying in the future. I'm sorry, Mom. You're not that annoying all the time. But it's just an example. Sometimes, girl, stop calling me.
Yeah, just stop calling. That's
stop
all you
calling me all the
time. And you've also talked about how you journaled. You put me on journaling. How would you say?
Oh, I haven't even been journaling because I've been so like, I don't know. Sometimes I want to like have something to talk about and I don't have anything to talk about. Ooh, am I in a bad mental space? Oh yeah, well yeah I am. But sometimes I just nothing's going on.
Some other stuff you're worrying about right now.
Yeah,
you know?
so I'm just like I'm not.
Would you recommend journaling to other people?
Oh yeah, I love journaling. But then I'm also like I'm a sensitive girl.
But you like your stories too.
Yeah, and so like I like just going like
your public journal.
Oh yeah, my public journal. So like my stories. Sometimes I go back and like I'm my number one fan, and I'll go back and be like, oh look at this, like because this journal I have right now, because I've been trying to like keep journaling a habit. Like I've been journaling on and off since like this journal I've had since 2016. So sometimes I read back and it's like when we lived in Toledo, and I'm like. And then it's so sad, and I'm just like, I wish I had friends. And I'm like, oh, baby, like it gets better.
Oh, you like revisiting your your journals, yeah.
Or just like seeing like sometimes I'm just still in the same place, and I'm like, oh, girl, we got to do better. So it's just nice. Looking back, I'm my own biggest fan. Clearly, I love myself.
Nah, but even the little bit of journaling I've done, I feel like it has helped because I mean of course I tell the guys stuff and
if you guys are watching the video and it got dark, we had a lot of natural light and it got cloudy outside. So now the camera is dark.
It's also because we're talking about mental health. We're setting the mood.
People are just gonna be so sad at this part.
Of course I tell the guys stuff. Y'all hear me rant. When I say y'all, the guys, they hear me rant. Justin and the old roommates, as well as the podcast, get it off your chest. But I mean, I don't tell them like every single thing. So a lot of times I would be going to you, but a lot of my issues that I would have would be you. So I feel like I'm trying to open up, but then me opening up would upset you. So it's like, damn, I'm fucking stuck in a pickle. So journaling definitely did help because it was like, all right, I'm able to get my thoughts out.
It was my idea, right?
Yeah.
That's my idea. I'm my biggest fan.
So
I had a great
I would
idea.
definitely recommend it for those that are struggling with mental health. I mean, just find somebody to talk to, whether that's a friend that can give you objective advice. If that doesn't work, there's always therapy. If that doesn't work, there's journaling. There's so many different avenues that you could go by.
Go on Reddit. They're the most honest on Reddit.
I wouldn't recommend going on Reddit because they're fucking savages.
Yeah, but if you have a real wholesome post, some wholesome people will help you out because it's so anonymous.
You're gonna get the entire spectrum though.
Yeah.
So you're gonna all right, I have all the views.
Yeah, you're gonna have the darkest to the dark, but then you get some gems out of there.
We're not experts here, but of course all three of us I think would advocate for just finding some avenue or someone,
or even if it's if what helps you do something, like just do something mind numbing. Like for me, sometimes it's anime. Like I'm like, oh, I had a rough day, I'm gonna watch anime. And sometimes, like Zach used to play video games all day, and I'd be like, if that's what you need, like after you have a
but that's not what
day.
I needed. That's just, again, I always say I have an addictive personality, and video games since I was a kid has just been like my one of my vices.
Yeah, but
Or
like
escapes
after,
kind of.
Yeah.
But after like a stressful day, like especially during, like I remember like last summer.
But it wasn't like I got home like, oh my God, I have a stressful day, I need a release, let me go play video games. It would just be like all day I'm thinking about playing video games.
Oh
that's what
my
I wanted
goodness.
to do.
Yeah.
And that's just what I enjoy doing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like a release or a stress relief. I mean, it is a stress reliever, but I wasn't doing it in order to relieve stress, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like with an intention.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I get that.
All right, but we can move on to some more lighthearted news. So
I really thought it was gonna be a lot different because I mean, or this conversation, but I guess the other stuff you're going through makes sense, and the wedding being stressed out.
Yeah.
But in
Did I
the
put a
past
damper
years,
on the
no,
party?
not like a damper on it, but you've just like I know you guys have experience with therapy and other stuff and stuff like that too. But
do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. Before we move
No,
on.
I don't have any questions, but which is why I was like, oh wait, I thought you said you were doing better before.
Yeah,
but
I
you're
was.
saying,
But I have a reason for
like
that.
5 years ago is what I was talking about. Just in general,
Oh yeah.
you're a lot better than you were 5 years ago. Or I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just saying
yeah,
a random number.
It's light and day.
Is it?
Light and day.
Night
Night and day.
From 5 years ago?
No,
would
not
you
from
say?
5 years
I
ago.
would say like 2 years ago.
Yeah, from 2020, which was the darkest time
Yeah.
of my life. Yeah, night and day. I was a different person. I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
then.
And do you?
Yeah, I didn't like you either.
No. I'm because I know. Obviously, I live with you. You've
I
confided in me.
You're your biggest fan, and you tell people, so I'm sure he knows whether you liked yourself at that time.
Are you where you want to be?
Right now, no.
Okay.
Because right now I'm not happy. Well, dramatic. I'm happy, but I just don't feel great because
you got the hormones.
Yeah. So it's just like I feel like not a cloud. Like
Wait, are you speaking like I'm not talking
right
about,
now?
I'm not talking about like in this very moment, like
That's what right now means, Zach.
at 11:22 on Saturday the 7th. That's not.
She's
I
like,
just mean like if we take a week ago before you started the hormones, because of course this is a huge factor, and there is a reason as to why you're doing this, but you will stop doing this, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So if we go back 5 days ago, would you say like, is that where you want to be, or is it not even close, or you feel like you're making strides to getting there?
I'm making strides. I still have some social anxiety I need to figure out.
Do you want to talk about the situation that happened?
Nope, I do not.
That's fair.
I surely don't, but everything's better. I was just in my head, and
that's a big issue for you. And I try to talk you through it and work with you through it, but
like I'm so in my head and everything, and I'm dramatic, so it's so when it's bad, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, but you've had some traumas throughout your life that have kind of caused you.
That's why it like
led you to be
anytime because if for those that don't know, I have abandonment issues, I have daddy issues, so like a lot of it is I think people are pulling away from me, like even when it comes to like friendships or anything, like I think too much on it, and I'm like, oh, like, and like I cut people off really quickly because I'd rather cut them off than they leave me.
Yeah.
So
you cut me quick that one time.
Oh yeah.
But I will say it kind of like I get why you have the thought process that you do of you wanting your own friends that have nothing to do with me.
Because I feel like I can't, because sometimes I do want to talk shit about you and I don't want you to hear about it, even though I would tell you to your face. It's just like,
and I get that. But what I'm saying is sometimes I do wish you would recognize the good that you have in your life instead of kind of always focusing on the negative, which I tell you this all the time.
Yeah.
Because even though, yes, they are my friends, I think every single one of the guys genuinely and truly cares about you. And even if I'm wrong about Luke, AJ, Brandon, Justin, AJ, not even just because he's sitting here and on the podcast with us at this very moment, I think you and I both genuinely know that AJ is always going to look out for your best interests no matter what, whether we were friends, whether we weren't friends. Like AJ just has that type of,
well, yeah,
with everybody.
Yeah, AJ's like that with everyone. But like it also had to take me.
I wouldn't say everyone.
Well,
important people.
Yeah.
With majority of
people he fucks with.
With people in our inner circle. Yeah.
But like it had to take me years to realize that. Like I'm not just gonna be like, oh, we're together. Like these are my boys. Like it just takes some time, and then
I mean, also takes time for me.
Yeah, and then I cut him off for however long.
And I didn't even know, but
but in my mind.
That's why AJ never grew curly hair again. He didn't want to be known as
she put a curse on me.
That's why he didn't want to be known as a curly-headed fuck. But no, you do have a genuine support system with all the guys that I do think.
Yeah, I know, but like, say I
because honestly, I didn't like you at first.
Really?
Yeah, but
I didn't.
I'm gonna cry.
No, not that I didn't like you, but like I'm someone where like, especially
I was also a fan,
especially with my friends and like. Or people who are close to me, I'm always not suspicious, but like
I get it.
It takes me a second to warm up to people's significant others, for sure.
I get that.
And I was some random girl from the Midwest that found him on an app. Like I get that. That's why like when I first met like his family, I wasn't like expecting. They were so amazing, but I wasn't expecting it. I was gonna understand if there was some coldness, because like who is this chick?
My family's definitely not like that at all.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know that, so I was like, I get it if they are. Like I'll have to, like, I knew I had to win you guys over. Like there was no like just.
Well, it's not even just like winning. With me, it's not winning over. I gotta see that you're genuine. Really, that's what it is. What it comes down to.
And I'm nothing but genuine.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah. So when you called her fake.
Whoa, that's why.
I was 100% joking. Because it was like I just do like callback kind of comedy or make jokes like that, and you were talking about being fake before. So I was like, ooh, this kind of.
No, it hurt my feelings and it made me cry.
Yeah. No, I mean I won't ever call you fake again. But
thank you. Because I'll cut you off.
But yeah, I mean in the beginning when you were like living with us, not that, I mean we were cool. Like I was enjoyed it, but you also would have your outbursts and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I didn't 100%. Well, I liked you guys, but I hated living with every single one of you. Like ask Zach, like I complained every day. I was like, I hate it. Like I cannot. Like it was just like I think our friendships are all working better because we all don't live together. Like it was too much when we all lived together.
I mean for you stepping into that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But we've also recently, Tatiana and I have come to the conclusion that she might be on the spectrum of autism. And that she gets very overwhelmed and overstimulated. So you, Luke, Phil being loud all the time, like that was clearly just too much for her at the times.
So like me and Zach are trying to learn how to live together, and that's already a feat on its own. Like, you know how hard it is to learn how to like live with a significant other. Like that's why people always say like you need to move in with each other before you guys get married, because it's hard to live with someone. So I'm trying to learn how to live with Zach. It's a brand new relationship, but then I'm also trying to learn how to live with these guys I don't know. Like it was so much, and and then I'm also in a brand new state where I don't know anyone. I only know you guys. It was very, very hard.
The first summer you had no transportation, so you had to completely rely on me.
Yeah.
No job, nothing.
I did have a job.
First summer?
Yeah, that's when I worked at Nick's.
But and the thing
that
is,
was the second summer, I thought.
The second summer I worked at Zenberger.
Oh, okay.
I had a job. I'm not a freeloader. I'm an independent woman with no car.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it from your perspective because you're new coming in, but we honestly didn't care what you did or whatever.
But then Phil kind of like rode me like grocery shopping. I felt like I had no say in a lot of things, and then that made me cry, and I was just like,
oh jeez,
I hate it here. There was a lot of times I really wanted to leave.
But but as Zach already said, you're past the point where whatever you need, I got you.
I know that, but it's still.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still feel like if we break up, like, I know I wouldn't reach out to you guys, so it's just like.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are getting married, so it's like.
I know, so but like.
And even if if you guys break up or going through something, I'm going to give you the same, not respect, but like same objectiveness that I would give Zach. Yeah. And I've done that before with you guys in your house before. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now the therapy session's over.
Everyone seek help.
We all have issues.
I say that in the nicest way possible. But moving on. So this past week, we had another comedian get attacked by a fan. Well, get attacked on stage.
By a person.
Yeah, by a person. So this week it was Dave Chappell. He was doing his stand-up. I don't know if it was like at an arena or something like that. But a fan decided to come on stage and try to attack him, and Dave Chappelle's security stomped this nigga out, looking like a Family Guy character. He
was doing
the Nicki Minaj, the Nicki Minaj pose. Did they figure out why he tried to attack Dave Chappelle?
Nah, I don't know. I have no clue.
Right, that is
drugs. Say no to drugs, kids.
But I don't know. It might have. I don't want to infer or assume anything. He just might have not liked some jokes, because Dave Chappelle has been polarizing recently. Not really to a lot of people, but to a certain group. So
yes,
he didn't. No shade though. He didn't look like a trans activist or anything. So.
I don't know. I mean, AJ was definitely trying to be vague, and then you just went all the way.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna assume that.
But like,
it could be anyone.
I'm just saying what we're all thinking.
It could be anyone
here.
in the LGBTQ community that I'm saying. So I'm not gonna assume by how they look or whatever.
You know? I will. I'm not a part of this.
I will. But that's also a part of it, is that you can't identify people. You have to identify them how they want to be identified.
I get that.
So how many days do we give this nigga before an article comes out of him trying to sue Dave Chappelle or the venue?
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's the aggressor.
Listen, not to say he's gonna win the case, but
why did I so bad?
He is going to try to sue.
And I mean, he might have ground somewhere just because he got beat so bad. Like,
but they could have been like, I thought my client wasn't. This is what I'm hired for. I thought he was in danger. What am I supposed to do in this situation?
Yeah.
Yo, if he already got embarrassed, don't embarrass yourself even more.
Yeah, but I don't know. If
from a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the best.
From a lawyer.
I'm giving you the best legal advice.
But I know there's lawyers out there that are like, I can get this guy some kind of money.
No, they would.
Even in a settlement, even if it's in like an arbitration or something.
No, they'd be like, this is the worst case ever.
So I've seen clips. I can't really remember what happened in the clip. Did he actually like swing or touch or violate Dave Chappelle in any way?
I think he did touch him, but I think Chappelle got the better of him before everyone jumped in. But people were on it so fast that it was.
Because
But
this
he had
nigga could just be
intent.
like, "Oh, I was trying to have a conversation. I was trying to hug him." Like,
Well,
who
even still, you're in the wrong because you got on the stage.
100%. But he could be like, "I wasn't trying to attack Dave Chappelle."
The only reason why I said that he probably will get some kind of money is I've seen crazier things happen.
Exactly.
You know, that's the only thing I'm saying.
2022 in the U.S., we've seen crazier things happen for sure.
And I feel like Chappelle was just like, yeah, I'll pay you. I got to beat you. I don't care. He said, look at you. I'll give you 20K. I don't care. You know?
So think about that. Like, would you pay someone that tried to attack you?
Babe, I'm not saying this guy is right. He's 100% wrong. I'm saying I've seen, as AJ said, crazier things happen in this world. Everyone tries to sue everyone in the U.S.
I work at a law firm. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, I know you know. But, like, I would almost, not that it's the same, but I would equate it to NBA players getting fined recently for flipping off or reacting to fans.
Exactly. I think
they will gladly pay the fine if they're making a certain type of money, which Dave Chappelle is.
I think he's going to try to sue, maybe get a lawyer, and then a lawyer's going to look at the case and be like, I have nothing here.
Yeah.
Go try to find another lawyer. And then every lawyer's going to be like, there's nothing here. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what my boss would be like, there's nothing here. My advice to you is to try to find another attorney. But in my personal opinion, I feel like you don't have a case.
Well, in the words of Phil, don't be surprised if he tries to sue.
Because with the information we have, we don't know if there's nothing there, you know? Yeah. Because what if they mishandled getting him the attention or help he needed after they whooped him, you know?
Yeah. No, he was on a stretcher. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah, but you don't know how long that took or what happened or if they shouldn't have touched him and they moved him or something, you know? Like, there's so many loopholes in the law and so many, not wormholes, but, like, ways you can wiggle money out of people. Just think about, okay, if you are as rich as Dave Chappelle, right? And
how much? I can't even imagine how rich he is. Can you put it in a number?
Say you have $100 million.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if he has that. Say you have 50.
Has a couple hundreds of millions. Because the Netflix deal alone
was $100 million for the 4?
And then royalties and shit.
So say you have $100 million, right?
$100 million.
Are you gonna pay your lawyers to fight a case, even if the dude might I know I'm gonna lose, but I'm just gonna cost him money, or you can pay me $20K. And
no. If I'm going to lose money anyways, I'm gonna give it to my lawyer who has my back, and not give it to some guy that tried to fuck me up.
Yeah, but what? Okay,
if I'm losing money anyways. I'm losing money anyways.
Yeah, not everyone's as petty as you,
might be. What if it's like 100?
I'm petty. It's my mental illness.
What if it's 100K versus 20K?
No.
Or what? You know.
If I'm losing money anyways, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna give it to people I support.
That's a good point.
My money's gonna go to who I support, and it's my lawyers because they have my back.
Yeah.
And if I'm ever rich, my lawyers are gonna be my best friends.
Yeah.
And my accountant.
Yeah. I don't know. And now we just wait and see if this nigga tries to
I don't think anything should come from it, but who knows, you know?
Yo, if it does, that's crazy.
Yeah. And y'all need to stop attacking comedians over jokes. If this attack was over a joke. But moving on. So I don't know if y'all saw, speaking of pettiness, Tatiana, you're petty, but I don't know if you're Drake level petty. So
no one's Drake level petty but Drake.
So y'all saw what happened this past week of Drake. He left a comment under a Ja Morant post. And so somebody responded to said comment being a troll and was like, oh, your son's playing with ghosts, this or that. And then Drake responds, I just followed your wife on Instagram because she needs some excitement in her life. Ooh. You didn't see this?
No.
Did you see this, AJ?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
All right. So
I'm reacting live.
Yeah, Drake followed the girl on Instagram, and the girl even posts a story okay, Drake, or something like that with the eye emoji. and then the dude
and he also
like,
DM'd her too.
And she's married?
Yeah, Drake DM'd her. I forgot exactly what the DM said.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, oh, let me know if you need, or something along those
If
lines.
you need anything because you're with a trash man or
And
something
she
like
posted that?
Yeah.
She posted a screenshot of when Drake followed her and was like, okay, Drake, and like with the eyes emoji, the big eyes with like the, you know which emoji I'm talking about. But no, screenshots just came out. I think Drake might have maybe she did screenshot because it had to have been one of the two.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the husband. But that's like one, because I know if Jason Momoa.
Oh, he said, "I'm here for you, ma."
Oh yeah,
They
I'm here
followed
for
it.
you.
If Jason Momoa said that to me,
and I don't want. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there on this type of episode.
Oh.
But I would be extremely
he'd be
hurt.
sick, and I would be doing so many backflips. I'd be like, what?
Yeah. So
Like, I'm getting butterflies now thinking about it. I'm blushing.
So,
relax.
so the dude said, "Your son probably play with ghostwriters," and then Drake said back to him, "I just followed your girl because she's probably miserable and needs some excitement in her life."
Yeah.
And then DM'd her said, "I'm here for you, ma."
Yo.
But yeah, that is hilarious.
That's wild.
So
Wait, but is that her celebrity crush?
I don't know.
Who knows? But it's Drake.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if Drake DM'd me that, I don't think I would.
No, but you'd still be like, "Oh, that's crazy." That
Yeah,
Drake
I'd be
followed
like,
me and DM'd
Oh
me.
yeah, I would be bragging like
Regardless.
Drake wants me, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn him down because I don't.
Yeah.
I've never thought Drake was cute like that.
So a big part of me, obviously, if I were to put myself in Buddy's shoes, would be hurt. But I also do not troll or try to antagonize, poke at the bear to try to get a reaction out of it. Like, so Buddy deserves this type of pettiness. Yes, exactly. Like, why did you feel the need to respond to Drake under an Instagram post talking about his son?
Yeah, keep the kids out of it.
One, talking
Don't
about his
ever.
son, which Drake obviously has an issue with, and talking about ghostwriters, which Drake has had an issue with. Like, you're talking about two things that Drake has an issue with.
But even always keep kids out of it. Kids are innocent. Like, they didn't do anything. Keep people's kids out of your pettiness. That's too far. I think that's too far.
Yeah.
And I think whatever Drake's, and see now, because I didn't know that. I didn't know he came for his son. I don't think that's petty. I think you deserve like whatever reaction someone gives if you mess with someone's kids. Like, no reaction is an overreaction to me when you bring someone's child into it.
But
maybe if you shoot up a school.
But honestly, even if I was that dude, I'd think it was funny. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
think
that's
anything
hilarious.
about it, or I wouldn't be hurt. You know.
Yeah, he
That's
posted
hilarious.
a screenshot saying like, "Oh, Drake really followed my girl," with like crying, laughing emojis.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess that would have kind of been my reaction, but from everyone else that saw the screenshots and tweets, of course they were like, "Damn, girl is disrespecting her dude," this and that, because she was kind of entertaining.
Yeah, why not?
But I
Just
mean, but
it's your 5 minutes of fame. You gotta lean into it.
I mean, I would lean into it too, but then
Yeah.
I'd be like showing you. I'd be like, hee, look at like.
It's a fleeting moment. Just lean into it, have fun with it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if she didn't know what was going on, and like just Drake followed her, she'd probably scream at us, "Drake just followed me! Oh my god, he DM'd me!"
That almost what it seems like happened initially. Like,
that's what I think.
It almost seems like she didn't realize that the troll happened.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh, why did Champagne Poppy follow me? Oh my god, he followed me." And then she probably found out after the fact what transpired.
Well, I think she posted. I don't know, but I would infer that she probably posted it after she knew what was going on, not like right away. Because I don't think anyone would be like, would just put that up right away. Because then they'd be like, "Oh, that person might unfollow me because maybe it was an accident type thing," or like I'm not trying to like make it hot or whatever.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. You guys are thinking from like a boy's point of view. I think a girl, because the second Ariana Grande follows me on Instagram, I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, I don't care if she unfollows me 2 seconds after because it was a mistake. Like, she clicked follow on my page and knows who I am. I'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just from my point of view. I don't know if that's a gender thing. I don't know, but coming from,
So you'd post it to your story.
If Drake followed me right now, I would like I would not need any backstory. I'd be like, what? Drake followed me, and I could. I would just be like, whoa, that's awesome. Drake followed me.
But I'm saying you were gonna post that to your story and like put okay.
Yep.
But speaking of 5 minutes or 5 seconds of fame, so then of course neither one of them I don't think had a Twitter. They jumped on Twitter. We're trying to monetize, like create shirts, this and that. But people on because I seen a tweet that said Twitter is like the outskirts of the inner city of like the area you don't want to go to. So they took their little happy asses to Twitter and didn't realize the real ass niggas that's on the real ass niggas that's on Twitter. Twitter showed them real quick, learned them real quick, and then they deleted their accounts. But
if you get a lot of people looking at your Twitter, you cannot be soft. Oof.
Exactly. Twitter's not for the softies.
But honestly, if I was a celebrity like Drake or something, I would do the same thing. I would just have fun with it.
Oh yeah, facts. I'd be super petty.
Remember when what's his face followed me on Twitter and I was like, ooh.
Who? Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Dude, I know.
So the girl JV who I was talking to, her boyfriend at the time followed Tatiana.
Like we had no mutuals or anything, just out of nowhere, because me and Zach were together at this point, obviously, and it was like during the summer, like all of a sudden.
I think I remember this.
He just followed me, and I was like, huh?
And see me being a has-been on Vine, like I wasn't even popping anymore. This is just when Vine died. I was in my Drake bag, petty, and I responded to Buddy. I was like, damn, you and me got the same taste in girls.
And I was like, yo.
And so then instantly JV texts me because she still had my number.
Yeah.
And she was like, what the fuck is this about? And I was like, what you mean? Your dude just followed my girl and he likes you. I liked you. So clearly we got the same taste in girls.
Right.
I ain't mean nothing by it. I'm just speaking facts.
You're lit for that.
I was like, oh my goodness. He still followed me for a while.
Yeah.
He doesn't follow me anymore, I don't think. But that was some drama. But yeah, I thought that was funny that Zach did that. I was like, yo, you were wild for that.
I remember I was like,
you were pretty upset.
I wasn't.
I mean, you were like kind of like spicy about, not like mad.
Spicy, but I wasn't mad. But I remember I was in class when it happened. I was still at FA.
No, I remember this now because you texted us or whatever.
Yeah.
Jeez, it was like a newsworthy event.
So next we have Roe versus Wade, and the whole abortion laws that are coming out. Honestly, I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what Roe versus Wade is. I'm going to use context clues. I'm assuming it's some kind of abortion law of a girl that got raped, and maybe, what is it? Do y'all know what Roe versus Wade is?
It was a case in Texas that made abortion legal. Abortion legal, and I don't think she was pregnant or was raped at the time. It was I think it was a mental health claim.
Okay.
But basically, it was a Supreme Court decision, so the highest court, and basically just said that you can't deny people to have abortions.
Gotcha.
And now they're trying to.
So yeah, this past week,
peel that back.
Leaked documents came out about the U.S. trying to make abortion illegal.
Or have the opportunity for states to make it illegal.
Yes, exactly.
So that means
or
the
deny
South
that
has
service.
no hope.
Exactly.
Right.
Florida was on, like, it was pretty much all southern states that I saw.
Technically, right now, you can't get an abortion in Kentucky. It's not that it's illegal, but the way that they set up like the rules and stuff is you can't.
No one's doing it.
Not even. Yeah. No one's providing it.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily have to or something. I don't know the details on it. I just know that in Kentucky right now you can't.
Got you. So, of course, we're going to have a conversation about this, but it's like, why are we having a conversation about this? At this point, it's redundant from people with brains.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we're talking in circles. But why are old, and I don't want to generalize, but old white men making decisions on women's bodies? As everyone has said, if men were the ones that were able to have babies, there would be no type of abortion law. Like, abortion would be 100% legal if we were the ones that have the power that we have and are the ones to have babies, this wouldn't be a conversation.
Like, look, you guys don't even want to take the pill. Like,
or people don't want to get the vaccine. Like,
exactly.
And people, I've seen some video or some people, like, just people making their points and stuff, saying that
because
the my body, my choice people that were chanting my body, my choice about not getting the vaccine are the same people who are anti-abortion,
yeah.
right?
But like, and all these men, like, they're like, oh, like, I don't want you guys to have an abortion, but like, you guys wouldn't even go through half of the shit that we have to do, because like since abortion could be illegal, then we'd have to be on the pill. That fucks us up because we don't want to get pregnant. But like, men don't want to take the pill. God forbid, it makes them feel a little bit weird. Like, they don't want to do it. So they're doing nothing to prevent it on the male side, but everything on the women's side is just so tiring, so annoying.
I added this to the list, but it's such a deep thing, and there's so many different like avenues and different reasons why it doesn't make sense to take it back. And just, I mean, this is America. We're supposed to have free will and be able to choose.
Exactly.
Like, that's because I don't like cheese. I should go on a campaign like, no one else can have cheese. Cheese is banned because I don't like cheese. Like, that's what they're basically doing. Because they don't like abortion, no one can have an abortion because they don't like it.
My brain just can't process the mindset. But the craziest part to me, outside of the obvious, is that we're in the most progressive and politically correct time that we've ever been in. Mm-hmm. And that it's like we've taken 10 steps forward, and this is like 20,000 steps
We're
back.
like going back into the 1900s, basically. Like, a woman can't do what she wants with her own body.
Exactly. Like, I don't get why it affects anybody. I don't see this being a money issue, which money is what runs the world. Money is what runs these politicians'
I don't know how
decisions.
I don't know how it makes sense money-wise. So I try to think about it from that perspective. Because like you're saying right now, almost every law, everything that comes into play is backed by money or because people can make money off it. I don't see it right now, but I also haven't looked too deep into it. There probably is somewhere that money is.
Well, because a lot of it's done at like Planned Parenthood, and like, isn't that a private or not?
Yeah, but they still get subsidized, and like there's still money in it. So I don't know.
Like, if anything, if I had to guess, I'd imagine women getting abortion, that'd be bringing in more money and revenue. I could be wrong, but again, I don't understand it.
Well, yeah, because it's a service. Like, it makes sense, but like, I don't know if it's because it's non-profit. Is that what I'm thinking of? We're all stupid.
I've said on this podcast, I'm atheist or agnostic. I don't even fucking know. But maybe religion is just that important to these motherfuckers.
But there's supposed to be a separation between church and state, though.
There is supposed to be. But in the South, that does not exist.
So stupid.
But even still, it's from a religious perspective, and obviously, like, everyone has their own religion, their interpretation of it.
Don't want to talk about religion.
It's like, so if you're a Christian, which most of the people who are anti-abortion are, you believe that God gave us free will. Why is getting an abortion not part of that free will?
That's a sin.
Regardless of
even though they eat pork and isn't it gluttony a sin? And so if they eat too much, that like those fat asses, that's a fucking sin. Go to hell, bitch. I hate religion talk. Like, I don't care what you believe in. Like, believe in what you want to believe in, but don't force everyone else to believe in what you believe in. I'm not forcing you to believe in crystals and witchcraft and anime. Like, like, I like that stuff, and that brings me joy. I'm not gonna push it on anyone else. I'm just like, hey, this is cool. And so if you want to be like, hey, God's cool, I'd be like, yeah, cool, I love that for you, but I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go get my crystals. But like, I'm not going to force it on people. I'm not going to throw a crystal at someone's face and be like, protect yourself. It's so dumb. Hate it.
Got you. Any other thoughts on that before we move on?
People are stupid.
People are stupid. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I mean, obviously everyone's been posting about it recently because of that. But I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't even know how it makes sense to the people who want to get rid of.
Because they're about to die soon. They're like, let's cause some chaos before I die.
There is, but even some people who are supporting it aren't old white men only. You know, like there's people who are
it's because they've been brainwashed to think that their whole entire lives that abortion's bad and that every life is sacred when it's not. Sorry.
Sorry, politician guys. So we haven't done Get It Off Your Chest in a minute. I haven't had too much.
It seems like Tati just had.
I just had mine. I'm so tired of religious talk. I hate it. Hate it.
So I'll start off with the bad Get It Off Your Chest before I move on to just the random thought that I had. So this past week, or within the last day or two, Kevin Samuels had passed away. Kevin Samuels, we have briefly discussed on this podcast before, but he's a older black guy. He has a podcast or platform, whatever you want to call it, where he's been popular or notorious for kind of shitting on black women, and telling black women that they need to do better and letting them know why they're single, this and that. He's also gotten on black men, clips that I've seen, but the most popular ones have been him shitting on black women.
He's like popular?
Yeah, he's pretty popular. So like I said, he passed away. And in the last day, I've seen a lot of people celebrating his death, which I think is extremely distasteful. I have my thoughts on Kevin Samuels. Right now is not the place or time to express that.
Yeah, it's those people that love him.
Yeah, it's extremely distasteful. Like I said, actually I forgot the point I was gonna make, but it is, to me, the Get It Off Your Chest is like, why at what point in time did we ever get taught that it's okay? And as I mentioned earlier, we're in the most progressive time. We're in cancel culture. Y'all ready to cancel everybody for everything, and I guess this is why you're celebrating it. But someone's death is not the time to bring up their past, celebrate death, like unless
like Adam Schefter did with Dwayne Haskins.
Exactly, that was also super nasty. But everyone's gonna have their own thoughts. I don't think it's ever acceptable unless, in my eyes, the person was like a mass murderer, mass rapist. Those are really the only two exceptions I'll give. But Kevin Samuels, he was only speaking his mind. Did I agree with everything he said? No. But I don't think that someone who states their opinions in a way that you don't agree with is okay to celebrate their death. That'd be like if Phil died, and I don't want to compare Phil to fucking Kevin Samuels, but like if Phil fucking died tomorrow and like all the listeners started celebrating his death, like that would be disgusting.
Yeah.
And that's an extreme comparison.
What if Donald Trump died?
I still wouldn't think that celebrating his death would be okay or tasteful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just being devil's
advocate. Would I be saddened or disheartened by it?
You're smiling.
Would I be saddened? Would I be saddened or disheartened by it?
You wouldn't
no.
throw a party.
No, but would I be on Twitter like, oh, thank you that Donald Trump is dead?
Yeah.
No.
You have your own, just because you wouldn't post about it. There's a difference between not being sad someone passed away, because like people die, like Vanessa Hudgens said, people die. I'm not naturally going to be sad if your next door neighbor dies. I don't know them. Nothing happened, but I'm not going to celebrate.
Where did that come from?
She said that.
She said people die.
I didn't hear this quote.
Yeah,
I think other people have said it also, though.
No, it was about like a COVID thing. She was like, okay. It's not that serious. People die.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And people got on her for that.
Yeah, and I think that's when I was like, damn, I miss when she made moaning videos.
Yeah. But like, so obviously not everyone's going to be like so heartbroken when like someone dies, but it's like you don't throw a party because someone died. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah. Exactly. So R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, regardless of how you feel about him. Just remember that he has family, he has friends, and they're probably on social media and going to see all these nasty takes that y'all got.
And like the internet's forever. Like, so that's always like, even like his grandkids, like they're going to see that, like if they're on social media, and like that sucks. Like you wouldn't want to see someone shitting on your grandpa.
Exactly. Apparently, I don't know if this is why they haven't announced how he passed or transitioned or whatever. I did see a clip of him with somebody else. Apparently, he had stage 3 cancer or something.
I thought he
like
had a heart attack.
Oh, I don't know.
That I literally just read it on Twitter because I was like I saw someone tweeting like, it's fucked up that people are doing this, and I was like, who died? And so, because I'm out of the loop.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure it out, and then I just saw it was a podcaster that I didn't know, and I just swiped away. But that's what someone said on Twitter.
All right, but for some lighter, get it off your chest. This was a random thought that I had while under the influence of whatever. I asked Tatiana, I was like, yo, babe, how many twins in this world, twins, triplets, quadruplets, whatever, do you think are misidentified in this world? Because, of course, especially if they're identical, in the hospital, they put the little wristbands on them, name them John Smith and Joe Schmo. But as the mother goes home, at some point she has to take those wristbands off and those identification tags off. And I guarantee you, someone that started off as John Smith, the mom mixed up, and now it's Joe Schmo. So I want to know, in this world, how many twins, triplets, quadruplets, all that have been misidentified?
Now that I'm not as high as what I was in the beginning of this podcast, and I'm not as high as what I was when you brought this up to me first. I do remember seeing something, like multiple different things about like how they keep track of their identical twins. Because I know some people would take off their wristbands and then like put, like basically color code them. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
So they always kept... Like,
but
that's funny
like,
you guys are having, because I've had this conversation before. Like I've thought about this before.
Yeah, but like, and so, or they'd have like a bracelet, like a color bracelet, or like some people like put like a marker on like their foot or something.
It was
like
actually,
that.
I think it was actually with Maria, with Julian's wife.
Yeah,
because she has, I think nieces that are twins, and they're like super identical.
Yeah,
and like they trick people and stuff all the time too. But, and to your guys' point is saying, like, at a certain age, like, how do you, if you're not every single, like, they're 4 or 5, if they still look really close, and you're not every single day, or they don't have, like, a birthmark you can identify them by or something like that, how do you know? How many times have, like, maybe a nurse just messed up and named them wrong,
yeah,
you know?
that's what
like, they're born, the nurse is like, oh, you want this one to be named this one to be named that one. And you just don't know which one they are the entire time.
Yeah, and
from that point, like, say you guys are twins, and
you
could be Zachalina. So you'll be
Zachalina.
Tatiana and Zachalina, right? So say like, all right, I want this one to be Tatiana, that one to be Zachalina, and then they just accidentally, or what if there was just a nurse who was just like, haha, I'm gonna mess them up.
There's also that was, I was just thinking about irresponsible parents or irresponsible nurses. I didn't even think of the fucked up nurses that are just like,
what if this lady,
like,
what if she was
cause
being
chaos.
what if she was just being like a dick the entire time, like the pregnant lady, or even the dad or someone else was like, I'm just gonna mess with his family.
And you know that, like,
know.
they always say names kind of like help you with interviews and what. So how many twins' lives were fucked up just because they had the less attractive name?
It could happen. Because, like, you got to think, like, say the moms that did try to, like, keep track, like, you got to think how sleep deprived both the parents are.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just, like,
I always hear mom brain is a thing. That's
mom brain, and then like you're like with twins, no one's getting sleep with twins. Nope. No one's getting sleep. So everyone's sleep deprived, and everyone's just kind of swimming through life, and then you're just like,
How many parents probably wouldn't even admit they're like, I don't even care which one it is at this point.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of them at one point was like, I don't give a fuck who you are, as long as you're not screaming in my face. I'm happy.
Yeah, and what makes me nervous is you always say that twins run in your family.
Oh, my mom. Fun, weird. Like
I hope you guys have twins.
I really think, and I kind of hope
if we have
too.
twins, I'm over. Like I'm done right
Yeah,
then
you said.
and there.
Yeah, that's what you said before.
I would debate on maybe like if the twins were 5, like maybe one more. But oh my god, if we had twins again, I'd kill myself. Okay, just kidding. I'm sorry, too soon. I'm sorry.
Too soon. Mental health awareness.
But my mom miscarried twins when she was 18, and it's funny because Jada always would say, like when she was younger, like I would say like 3 or something, she would always be, because she called me Ganana because she couldn't say my name. Mm-hmm. So she'd be like, Ganana, you cut me. And I would be like, well, like she'd always get mad that I cut her like in the order of like the kids. So since I was older, I cut her in line. But then I was just like, sorry, Jada, like I'm older. I don't know what to tell you. But she was like, no, you cut me in mom's belly. And so like she always references like I was in the belly with mom.
See, I don't think.
And so
Jada's just possessed. Like
Jada's really like.
Jada is every like scary movie child that has ever been
she's
created.
She's just really spiritual.
Jada is the weirdest. I love Jada. I love Jada. But like Damien, like all those scary movies that just have kids in it, that's what Jada reminds me of.
No. Anyways, so, and then my mom was like, well, because I always knew my mom miscarried twins before she had me. And so then I brought that up to Jada, like, well, mom was.
Why you just filled on the podcast?
What?
You went, you did the snorting breath that Phil does.
I'm sorry. Like Phil's presence just, I got possessed.
Yeah.
But like, so we think that me and Jada's consciousness were the twins.
Oh dear.
And so
that doesn't even make sense because it's not like Jada's the youngest, you're the oldest.
But there's
also Soraya.
Yeah, and so that's why it doesn't make sense, because she would also say something like, but it's not like the order. That's why it's like we think it's weird, because she only brings it up to me. She's like, because she doesn't say, because obviously Soraya also cut her in line too. But she doesn't bring it up to Soraya. Yeah. She only brings it up to me. So we're like, and she says, in mom's belly, you cut me in mom's belly.
Is she going to be at the wedding?
Yeah. She's in,
I'm gonna keep
the
my
party.
distance.
Yeah, Jada and Soraya both are
They're in the wedding. And so we think that the twins that my mom miscarried would have been me and Jada. Yeah. And we already look so much alike too. It's kind of weird. And so we think we were supposed to be twins. And I always said, I feel like I should have been a twin.
Yeah. Wait.
And it's weird that
I'm not following what's going on here.
It's a lie. You don't need
the consciousness thing. So like
it's like our souls would have been.
Oh, okay.
Like
So you're saying
me and Jada's souls were in my mom's belly when she miscarried. So it's like either way, my mom would have had us. She just had us at different times.
Okay. All right. So wait, hold on. To clarify earlier, your problem with religion is that people who are religious try to force it on others.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Because I'm still spiritual.
Yeah,
right.
Is spiritual.
Yeah. I don't think that was conveyed. So I just wanted to like make sure.
I still.
Because you'd be like, what the hell?
I still believe in I believe something's up there.
And
I don't know.
You pray.
Yeah, I pray sometimes. I've actually been getting out of the habit because I don't think I don't know if me and praying we're having a little weird relationship right now. We're on the rocks. I haven't been, but I've been manifesting instead of praying. Okay. So that's my replacement. But so I still believe in a higher power. I just don't believe in like a book. Like I think that was man-made and to each its own. I just don't believe in that. I believe in like I don't know that.
Got you.
Going off of it.
No, I know that topic is tough for you, and I knew, like, listening, I was like, I know what she's saying,
or
what she's trying to convey, but it's not really coming through.
It's not. I'm just not saying anything.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Anything y'all need to get off your chest?
No, it's just, I mean, that I guess it kind of goes through everything, or over everything we've been talking about. Just don't force your beliefs on people.
Yeah.
Facts.
I will never yuck your yum.
Oh my god. That Tatiana said that shit the other night. I was like, what kind of white ass
And then Zach said
bullshit?
Yuck. He said ew.
What did I eat? What were we talking about that made you say that?
I don't know, but you were like, it was just like something weird. I was just like, that's fine. You can
then
like
you
that. I'm
said,
not gonna yuck your
Don't ever
yum.
let me yuck your yum.
No, I said you said you liked something. I was like, I'm not ever gonna yuck your yum.
But he said, what if I want? What if I want to be
Yeah, I
yucked?
started crying laughing because I was like, that's the whitest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I think that's normal.
It must be a Michigan thing.
No, I don't know.
You've ever heard that saying before, AJ?
Nah, I haven't. But it kind of, I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It does, but I feel like that might be a Michigan saying.
I don't think so.
Anyways, we can move on to streaming. Anything
Oh,
else?
I'm actually excited to meet all your people from the chat though.
Yeah.
It seemed kind of fun so far.
Yeah.
I was bored that day. I was like, I'm just gonna instigate and have some
Andrico
fun.
for years has been saying like he wants to be in South Florida and see all like the South Florida dances, like the drill music and all that
Well,
stuff.
I'm not gonna be able to do
Out
that.
of all of my friends, Andrico would blend in seamlessly. The easiest with everyone because his personality is just so high energy and he likes to dance and like get out there and he's very.
And wait, hold on. Which of us are like that other than Phil?
No, but he would like
Oh, you're saying it'd be easier for him to.
But then
get
he's
along.
also his best friend is Desmond, who's very chill, so he can be like, chill, and then he's like the life of the party too.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's like he's a chameleon. I feel like.
Yeah. And then AJ's favorite so far is Jasmine, but me and Jasmine got beef, which I'm gonna address with her when she gets down here.
Oh my god,
Jasmine's on my shit
She's
list.
funny.
She is funny. That's why everyone always had the biggest crush on her in high school because she's beautiful, but then she's also hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's like
I also don't know what any of them look like. Honestly.
Well,
everyone's on the website.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check the website out.
Yeah. Put some names to faces.
The way you felt about AJ in the beginning is how I feel about Jasmine right now. So she's got to redeem herself.
Whatever.
I refuse to save her number. But
anyways, my God, so petty.
Wait, what happened? Do we want to talk about
She didn't text him back. That's all.
Oh yeah.
You know how I feel about how strongly passionate I am about text etiquette.
Yeah, but you don't keep the same energy because I don't text you back and you have my number saved and you're married.
You have my number.
You've also made it clear that that's just not you and I need to be okay with it. And it still hurts me at times, but I'm like, this is my wife and I'm going to be
this gives me the feels.
Jasmine.
Then you might get a text back now, Zach.
Right.
Jasmine ignored me on multiple occasions.
But I told you that she's a bad texter.
Well,
that's her.
I try to be a nice person. I try to be an AJ and tell her good things to do down here. I wasn't even trying to link up with her. I was just trying to put her on spots in Miami.
Maybe she thought you were hitting on her and she was just being a good friend to me.
No. Cap. Anyways, what y'all been streaming this past week?
Berserk.
Oh yeah. You've watched?
I'm watching with Zach.
Oh, okay.
No. You said Berserk. AJ thought you said Ozark.
Oh yeah, I thought you said Ozark for sure.
Well,
we
are not on the same wavelength today.
But yeah, Ozark. I watched some of it. I haven't watched all of it yet. Yeah, Ozark is really
I've
good.
heard
Is
really
it
good
a new
things.
season right now?
Yeah, it's
They put out 2, right?
Well, they put out one extended one and they split it into 2.
Got you.
It's the finale too. So after this is done, so if you want
I need
to binge something or something you just like, I just want to sit down and watch something all together, or just have a mindless day like you were saying, that'd be a good one.
Is it really? It's really intense though, right? That's why I had to I started watching it and it is really good. It's just it stressed me out, man. I was like,
yeah. If you want a good series that like you want to pay attention to, you want to be not say consumed by, but want to like dive into all right, what's going on or whatever, then that's a good one.
Yeah.
So I did tell AJ that Ozarks is kind of the same basis.
Did you say Ozarks?
Ozark is
You're
the
so
same.
black.
Is the same basis and storyline as Breaking Bad, just obviously.
And I couldn't get into.
Yeah, you don't. So I do want to rewatch Ozark and kind of get into it.
That's
again.
funny because I couldn't get into Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But I like Ozark a lot.
And then I forgot about Weeds. Now that you're a quote unquote piehead that you call yourself, maybe you'll like Weeds, which I think is also an HBO show, which back in the day I used to always hear really good things about.
Is it about weed?
Yeah, it was one of Bert's favorite shows too.
Yeah. Yeah, Bert actually reminded me that that was like the first show of that kind, I guess. And then Breaking Bad and then Ozark. But Berserk, it's a show that Brandon put me on. He actually put me on when we were in Atlanta, when we went to the mall with Luke.
It's an anime?
Yeah, it's anime. Because as y'all know, I've tried several times to get into anime and just cannot. But I think I finally found an anime that I can tolerate and actually look forward to watching.
What a heavy word, tolerate.
That I can tolerate and enjoy watching. So Tatiana and I have been watching it. And it's pretty good.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah, anime, I think I know you say in this show there are a lot of characters that are constantly introduced, and that's what makes it tough. But
it's also like, I feel like it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be lost right now. Like, you're not supposed to know what's happening. You're not supposed to know the meaning behind everything yet. So that's why, like, I'm just a little lost. So, like, I'm a nerd, and I really like watching, like, video analysis, especially because, like, since a lot of the shows I watch, I'm the only one watching them, so I can't talk about them with anyone. So I need to hear someone else's opinion on it, and usually it's better than my opinion. So I'm like, that's so insightful. Like, I didn't get that when I first watched it.
Yeah, you're like Phil with anime.
Oh my God, that's how embarrassing.
Well, you like to fast forward through?
No,
she watches reactions and
reactions.
Yeah, not I do. I do.
Phil will watch a reaction, but like, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen the whole show.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know what happens. Like, what?
I mean,
and
he
you
does
also
have a
skip
point.
through the reaction.
Is that it with streaming?
Yeah, I haven't been watching too much. It's an NBA playoff, so
yeah, I haven't. I've been rewatching Workaholics for
such a great show.
For some mind-numbing stuff lately.
Yeah, and I just started up Love Island just to keep my
I got a text
to keep my trash TV going. But we can move on to music. So yesterday, Friday, which is now when new music drops, a couple of the ladies in South Florida going crazy. So one, Jack Harlow dropped. Come Home, the Kids Are Missing You is the name of the album. And I will say, not that I'm disappointed, but it's not as good as the first album in my opinion. But I do enjoy the album, listening to it. I'm going to always fuck with Jack, unless he does something problematic. Also, Bad Bunny. And
he dropped new music too?
Yeah, we were listening to it on the...
But I don't know any of his music, so it could be old music or new music.
It's a different language. Like, this is
music.
Un Verano Sin Ti is the name of the album.
Ooh, that was sexy.
Bad Bunny.
Say it again.
Un Verano Sin Ti. Why this the King of Queens episode? When what was the name of the dude she fell in love with? The accent? Chuck, was that it? Or something like that. Anyways, so both of them dropped. Obviously, all the girls love Jack Harlow. All the girls in South Florida love Bad Bunny. So definitely going to have a lot of captions, a lot of summer music. It's going to be going crazy.
When I learn Spanish, I'm going to be able to actually wholly enjoy Bad Bunny. Because I do like his music.
Yeah, Tatiana lately has been doing Duolingo. And she was like, I want to obviously be able to communicate with people in Miami.
I used to do Duolingo, and then I stopped for a while in my depression era.
Yeah.
And then now that I'm out, I'm like, ooh, got to start learning again.
But then you were like, I also want to learn what they're saying in this song. And I was like, not you becoming a Bad Bunny fan.
Yeah, because I like it. What's the one I like? The na 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 Nosotros.
Spanish words.
Nosotros.
That's the name of the pod, Nosotros. This episode, just Nosotros.
That's the only word I know you say.
It means we, so it fits perfectly as the title for the pod.
Oh, how cute.
She didn't even know what it meant. She just like,
no, I knew it. I mean, I know the word, but like, if you were to ask me like right now before that, I would have been like, I don't know.
Oh, do you guys have like a wedding slogan or theme kind of thing? Or like,
no,
do we put in quotes and we can hashtag?
I mean, obviously, y'all last name is super live, so Julian, like are you like you and Lily? Well, Lily wouldn't be able to do it, but would you take the same thing.
Wait, what was Julian's again? I forgot.
To the graves.
Oh, to the graves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What are we gonna do?
We have nothing, and we can't create something at this point. We're just not gonna have anything, because Bemmel, there's no playoff words that you could do with Bemmel.
What's that song? Blem, the Drake one.
Ugh.
What was it? What was he talking about in it? You can figure.
That's actually
out.
one of my favorite songs on the album too, and now I can't remember any of the lyrics. But yeah, we just not gonna have anything.
That's
like we would
okay.
have to play off Triplet before we played off of Bemmel.
And we're not doing that.
Yeah. But also Future, we discussed Future last week. He didn't come out with a deluxe album, but if you go in Apple Music, like, it's weird. Like, I can't even describe it, because sometimes when I go to the album, it'll have the original track list, but then other times when I go to the album, like if I search Future's name, then click on the album, now there's all of a sudden like 22, 25 songs or something like that. Like, there's a bunch of new songs on the album that weren't there previously. So if you have not noticed, again, there are a bunch of new songs. There's one song, it's I think 42 Doug and Lil Baby on it, I want to say. That song I really fuck with, and I did put that on our wedding playlist. So looking forward to that. And then last but not least, sports. So UFC, what's his name? Charles?
Oh, Charles Oliveira, yeah.
Charles Oliveira, he
missed weight.
By what, 0.5?
By 0.5.
Ooh.
155.5. And in the title,
that's
in the
a
title
dump,
fight, yeah.
bro.
But they gave him what? They gave him time to lose that weight.
An hour, yeah.
Yeah, an hour.
So I looked into it more because obviously it's my favorite fighter.
I really got to piss y'all.
But yeah, so.
Oh my god, on sports?
I know, let's pause.
How am I
let's
gonna
pause because
contribute?
it's just gonna be me. Hey, I'm gonna want you. Yeah, he's not even here.
Oh no. Okay, so I'll contribute, I promise.
No, we can talk about something else.
No.
In the meantime.
Well,
no, I want to talk to him about this, and you're not gonna understand what I'm saying.
But did they make him like sweat and stuff?
Oh, so I mean, so he thought he weighed in on weight backstage, and he apparently, the reports are, he weighed in on weight backstage on a digital scale, but they don't use a digital scale.
They do
up there. They have like the little thing, and for whatever reason he weighed 155 over, and then so when he went back there and tried to lose weight for an hour, like, it didn't move at all. That's kind of sketchy too. And people were saying that everyone weighed in, like, almost everyone on the cards weighed in a little bit heavier than they thought they were going to weigh in.
Oh, so
that there was, like, they think there was something not sketchy going on with the scale, but the scale could have been off. Yeah,
I mean, those scales are, like, whenever I go to the doctors, those scales are never accurate.
Yeah.
Like, even like at the doctor's office, they'll be like, oh, it's 5 pounds off, and so like it'll say, because I remember the first time I went to the doctors here, I was. Wait.
We can just cut it off and not just work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. Well, we can use the camera audio. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 67. Peace.
We're good for this.